In this video, we're going to teach you how to use Avogadro version 1.1 to draw and examine a few different types of molecules. Avogadro is a very simple program to obtain. All you need to do is head over to Google and punch in the word Avogadro. Having searched for Avogadro, we're going to click on the first link that comes up, Avogadro, free cross-platform molecule editor. If you want to skip the Google step, you can go straight to avogadro.openmolecules.net. From the main page, we click on the link which says Get Avogadro. Within 5 seconds, our download starts. Having downloaded the program, we set it up and run it. In this video, we're going to be drawing a number of different molecules, all pulled out of Inorganic Chemistry, 5th edition by Gary L. Meissler, Paul J. Fisher, and Donald A. Tarr, published by Pearson. We're going to start out with Difluorodiazine, 2 nitrogens, 2 fluorines. So under Builder, first we select nitrogen. We click and drag to make 2 nitrogens. Then we click on the bond to make it into a double bond. We go back here. Let's see. We need fluorine. All right. So we select fluorine from the list. We click and we drag in about the geometry that we're trying to end up in. We come in here to optimize the geometry, and bam, there we go. This is what our molecule should actually look like. When optimizing a molecule, it's important to know that after hitting start, the molecule will not automatically stop optimizing until you hit stop, even if it has completed the optimization. If you do not hit stop and you try and go on and use the other tools, you can cause Avogadro to crash. If we click on navigate, we can spin it around, look at it. You can use the mouse wheel to zoom in and see it closer, or zoom out and see it from further away. We also have the bond-centric manipulation tool. You can take a look at your bond angles, and you can take a look and see where mirror planes lie along them. We can use our manipulation tool to move molecules around in space. We drag this fluorine atom around. We can put it wherever we want. It's still pretty close to the optimized position. We can use the selection tool to select. You can shift and select more molecules or bonds. Click on one bond, or click and drag to select multiple bonds and atoms all at the same time. We have an auto-rotate feature, which is a lot of fun to play around with. Lets you spin the molecule around, gives you control of the X, Y, and Z axes simultaneously, and lets you see what your molecule actually looks like. You can use this to help yourself look for symmetry elements, rotation axes, if you have to do any sort of visual inspection of a molecule. There's a lot of other useful features that we have in here with Avogadro as well. We can align our molecule along one of the axes using the Align Molecule tool. We can measure our bond angles. We can do most of the things that you can do with more expensive software for free. We can try aligning. Sometimes you end up moving things around kind of oddly when you try and align stuff. But there we go. There's our molecule again, looking happy as can be, and quite a bit more useful than just letters to look at, unless you're really into letters. Not necessarily my thing. We're going to just hit delete to get rid of everything. We're now going to use Avogadro to draw boric acid. So first we select boron from the list up at the top. We just click to place a single atom. Now we need 3 oxygens, so we go select oxygen, click and drag, click and drag, click and drag. There we have 3 oxygen. All right, now we need to add some hydrogen. Select hydrogen, click and drag, click and drag, and click and drag. There we go. We have all of our atoms. Now we're going to come in and optimize the shape again, and bam! There we have it. What a pretty looking molecule. Now we're going to try drawing phosphorus trichloride. We're going to try and get the same configuration they have drawn there, which takes into account the lone pair on the phosphorus. So first we select phosphorus, we click to make our phosphorus. Now we're going to go select chlorine, click and drag to make some chlorines. There we go. Alright, let's see what we end up getting when we try and optimize these angles. Hit start and, that's not quite what we want. We're going to hit stop here and take a look around. Yeah, that's not quite the geometry we want. Everything's ended up getting all lined up. So we're going to click and drag over here, move our one molecule out and try again. And there we have it. That's the geometry that we were looking for. Sometimes with this software, you have to try and finagle things around a little bit, but we will still get there. And it runs incredibly fast and smoothly. Lets you do a lot of pretty things with your molecules. Let's see if we can make this rotate around for us. Maybe it'll want to dance. Let's see. Try and get a sense of the 3D shape. Can't get it quite just been the way that I want. Should have started with everything in the middle, I guess, here. Now we're going to draw bromine pentafluoride. We're going to start with one bromine. Click in our field, and we have one bromine. Now we need to add our fluorine. Now, to get the geometry that we want, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now I'm going to actually add a 6th fluorine onto the molecule that we actually want. Avogadro doesn't always seem to take account of where you have lone pairs, so we're going to use that in lieu of a lone pair for right now. Let's try spinning things around, see what we're looking like. And that's still not quite the geometry that we want, so we're going to use the manipulation tool. We drag this fluorine atom around, so they're a little closer to the shape that we're looking for. Hit start again. There we go. Now I'm going to go into the selection tool here, click on the extra fluorine and hit delete, and there we have it. Our molecule, just the way that we were looking for it. Beautiful. You can use the center mouse wheel to zoom on in if you want to see things a little closer up. Now we can make these into actual files that we can use as pictures. Let's see, if you just pick the first option under export, you can make a bitmap. I'm going to call it BRF5, throw it into pictures, and hit save. What do you know? I already have it. Well, that's fine. We'll overwrite it. Now we go into start, try BRF5. There we have it, BRF5.bitmap. What do we got? Sure enough, we have ourselves the same image that we had just created for ourselves. You can arrange it in here any way that you want, and that will be the image that it will give you. You can look at it from any side. If you go into vector graphics, you can make a PDF version of it. We can try this again, going back to pictures, call it BRF5. This time it's going to be .pdf. Fantastic. Go into start BRF5. Let's see, .pdf. There we have it, and sure enough, we have a PDF version of our image. Beautiful. These are the export options that work quite easily just along with the program. We are now going to draw triphenylphosphine. All right, I'm going to speed this part up real quick. You just click and drag to add single atoms on one at a time. If you have the box under Builder clicked that says fill in hydrogens, it'll add hydrogens automatically. If you want to just add them in yourself, you can leave that unchecked and just go through and add your hydrogens once you're all done. To make double bonds, you just click on the bond again. And there we go. So there's all of our molecules. Let's try optimizing, and what happens? And like magic. There we go. It's got the twist and everything to it. Hit stop, and let's get rid of these stray hydrogens that seem to have shown up over here. Zoom on in. Let's take a look-see. What do we got? Fantastic. We've got the right geometry and everything. There's a lone pair still on that phosphorus that should be repelling the rings. Sure enough, just like our book tells us, we seem to have managed to draw the right geometry. Well, fantastic. All right, that's the basics of how to draw yourself some simple molecules, getting into some slightly more complicated molecules using Avogadro version 1.1. Thank you so much for your time.